Welcome to Morning Coffee. Welcome to Sunday. Today is Subconscious Sunday. Today we're talking about not letting your unhealthy habits run your life. We all have habits. We all have healthy habits. We all have unhealthy habits. Just a part of our makeup. Unless you've done the work and you did this recipe, you did this homework already. We have a level of healthy and unhealthy things. Some unhealthy habits and behaviors came from our parents, our conditioning, our environment, right? Our just what we consume. We may not have been all the way fully aware of it, but that's literally where it came from. How can we take more inventory of those things and look at the impact that it's having? Right, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned the ripple effect. And so if you have an unhealthy habit, what's the ripple effect of that? If I have a habit of staying on my phone or staying in front of a screen all the time in front of my children, that unhealthy habit, that ripple effect will then have them not want to be active, not want to do things, and always stay on the phone, always stay in front of the screen. Like that would be a normal activity for them. But if I choose to create more newer habits, more healthier habits of like, okay, hey, when we get up, we got to go get some sun because the sun is healthy, the sun is nourishing. And if I preach that and I say that and then I actually do the activity, I make that a habit, now that ripple effect is my son and my sons and the family will know, like, yes, early morning sun is healthy. We got to get that, physical activity before digital activity. If I make that a mantra and a habit of the household, then that becomes more productive. But when we're not aware of our unhealthy habits, they can easily start to weigh on us. They can easily start to weigh down, and that ripple effect, it could be affecting another part of our life, never mind another person or community or people or even communities in our lives. There's something that we're doing that we know, hands down, like this is not a healthy habit. This needs to stop. And most of the time we say it, we're like, yeah, no, this is unhealthy. Like, I know I need to stop this. But we don't. And why don't we? Why don't we stop? Is it the laziness? Is it that we don't care as much? Is it because we don't know the full ripple effect and the full ramifications of our actions? There's something there why we're not doing it. Is it comfortability? Is it, do you not know the other side, the other part, like how to change it? Man, I know this is bad, but I don't know what actually is good. I don't know the first steps to change it. What if we took a chance? What if we took a chance to say, man, this is unhealthy. I have to find something new. There's a new tool out there in the world. Yes. There's a new tool out there in the world that helps everybody understand beginning steps on how to do things. It's called AI. ChatGPT. You could literally ask and say, hey, chat, I have an unhealthy habit with eating fried foods before I go to bed. What's the best way to change this, knowing that I really want to have something to eat before I go to bed? Enter. And now we're able to use technology to help us even when in a space where we're stuck. You may be embarrassed slightly about how to go about this, to speak about this to somebody else, right? So, I'm saying something simple. You may have a more embarrassing habit that you may not want to approach anybody else about, and chat. So, I mean, bring it to the whole world, so the whole world knows about it. But it's like a private world ordeal. So, anyway, could you do that? Could you go there and then get that simple recipe on how to stop that behavior? What are some better behaviors I can implement in the morning versus and insert your poor behavior that you have in the morning? Again, the reason being is because we've done the assessment. We've looked and said, you know what, we deem this yourself. This is not somebody else saying, you need to stop doing that. This is you, like, man, I know this is not good for me. I know this behavior is not this is not the highest serving me. This is not serving my highest good. And there could be something better. What is that activity? What is that thing? Like for me, I know eating fruits in the morning is actually what my body would love to do. Like I have visuals of it. I have experiences of it when, like, in the morning after a good run, just tall glass of water and just fruit, like 2 or 3 fruits, and I'm just crushing them. And I'm like, I just feel like, oh yes, I know I'm hydrated. Especially if I'm in the sun too. It's just like I'm still kind of like post sweat a little bit. It's like this image looks like the cover of a health magazine in my eyes. Like fresh off a run, biting into this mango, peeling down this banana, slicing this orange, like all those things just look like, yes, like this is exactly what needs to happen in a more healthier habit versus going to get donuts versus, I have coffee and kombucha right now and it's not horrible, but it's just not as healthy as it could be. And the later ramifications of it, a lot of the times, is your own wellness between all 5 dimensions of them, right? It's going to affect either your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, or your intellectual. Like some of us have a poor habit of when we don't know a word, we don't look it up. We're just like, oh, I don't know what that means. And then we keep that and we accept that we don't know what that means, and then that's period. That is law. That's like, or I don't know what that means. Let me look it up. Boom, opportunity to learn. Now we turn every time we experience something that we don't know as an opportunity to learn. And that's on the intellectual side of things, on that spectrum. How can we do that? And even on the emotional side, how can we have a healthier habit of forgiving? I talked about that yesterday. One of the superhuman abilities is for our ability to forgive and forgive ourselves, and also forgiving other people. What if we forgave more? What if we created more gratitude throughout the day? Man, like so much gratitude for the days. And I continue to create more through the situation, through whatever. Like I'm grateful that I was able to get up and go run today. Even when I didn't want to. I woke up later than I wanted to, and I'm like, oh man, I could not run. And I thought, like, what is this unhealthy behavior gonna do if I choose right now to not run? Like this is day 3 of running. So if I choose not to run right now, I'm breaking a very beginner level streak. And for what? To just because I'm tired right now, because I don't feel like it right now? Or can I run through the space that I don't feel like it and I didn't want to do it, and now I'm creating a better habit. Now my body is appreciating, and my body is transforming and morphing into a healthier thing. My body is building that strength. There's parts of me that feel like I might have been misleading people with like this whole stretch thing, because strength beats stretch every day. Like, we need to be strong. Like, yes, there's people who say they want to be more limber, but nobody says, "Oh, I'm too strong." Like, I wish I wasn't this strong. Like, especially when, like, even yoga and even the flexible people still need to have strength. And it's a healthy, you find your rhythm in it, you find that quote unquote balance within it. But when injuries happen, when I experience injuries, it's not stretching, it is strengthening that repairs me. When I'm looking at the activities I need to balance out my day, like simply stabilizing Kyle, my baby, while my toddler is leaping on me, that's strength. If I don't have the strength, he knocks me over, and then it's an issue, and then I get mad at my toddler for being a toddler. And it's like, or Jordan, be a strong dad and be able to stand your ground when a young toddler jumps on you. Like, it's what he's gonna do. And I start to like step back and look at like why. Now, granted, I could also tell him like, hey, look, it's not safe when you do this, da 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 da. But I could also be strong enough to handle the pressure, handle what's incoming, on so many levels, but definitely on that level, versus just chastising him and telling him he's doing something bad because I'm not strong enough. And there's so many, and that's even a behavior. There's so many times when the issue is not the toddler, the issue is not the child, the issue is not the other person that may not know. It's we're not strong enough to handle the situation. We're not mentally strong enough, we're not physically strong enough, we're not emotionally strong enough, we're not intellectually strong enough to handle whatever the situation is. And we want to be mad about, like, I could be mad if I get into a situation where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like Spanish, and I don't know it, and I'm stuck, and I don't know how to get out of here. That's because I chose to waste the 2 months that I've been here and not really dive in and learn Spanish, or the 3 months in prep when I knew I was going to move into a Spanish-speaking country. I could have been diving in and learning Spanish. I could have been strengthening that skill set. Could have been strengthening that language. So when I get here, it's like fluent. And there are humans who have become fluent in a language, especially on the basic beginner level, within a month, 2 months, 3 months. So like we make all these excuses, and then we get mad when the other person or thing does this thing, and it's like, were you strong enough in your habits to then build up that level of fortitude within each aspect of human nature, within each dimension of wellness? That ends up creating a bigger impact. That creates a stronger human overall. That's a balanced human. That's a remarkable human. When you're checking your behaviors and you're checking your habits at the door and saying, well, this is not going to make me stronger. This actually is going to make me weaker. This is actually keeping me weak. If I continue doing this, I'm like, I think for me, just even think about it now, the question I want to ask myself on the regular is, will this habit make me stronger or weaker? The thing I'm about to do, the thing I'm choosing to do in this moment, is going to make me stronger or weaker. Okay, I need to make another decision. I need to choose differently. It's like, choose wisely, but like, choose strongly. Choose strong. Maybe that's campaign I could make later in life. I don't know. Like, choose strong. You're trying to figure out which habit you want to choose, what behavior you want to take. Like, what's the strong one? What's the one that makes you stronger later? Like, not reacting out of like somebody bumps you in a crowd, and not overreacting and making a scene is choosing stronger, because then you actually have the discipline over your body. If somebody bumps you in a crowd and you overreact, that is choosing weaker. That is saying that and it's super accidental. It's literally like it's New York City and you're just walking. It's like somebody bumps you. It's like literally going to happen over and over again as you navigate the city. Overreacting is choosing weaker. It's choosing weakness in your mental capacity of how you react to information. Eating the fruit is choosing strong. Eating food that will create strength in you is choosing stronger. It's choosing strong, because you know that your body is going to be a stronger vessel from eating this food versus like that food's actually not going to make me strong. Like choosing to pray, choosing to praise and worship, choosing to have moments of speaking with your divine source. That's choosing strong. When we do this, when we choose strong every single day and we make it a habit of doing it, we then become strong. But if we don't, our habits become habits of weakness, which then creates a weak person. Or at least within that dimension of wellness, within that aspect of our human nature, that aspect becomes weak. So if you look at like, yes, this choosing strong allows us to go and become like, wow, that person's like intellectually strong. The person's emotionally strong. Like, yeah, because they made it their mission, they made it a business to choose that every single day. How can we choose strong? That is the thing. How can we choose strong?